Hejsan, and welcome to Scandinavian Echoes. This is Jeanne Widman, and this is Midsummer Weekend, June 24 and June 25. Scandinavian Echoes broadcasts on Saturday at 1 p.m. on WTHE AM 1520 from Mineola, Long Island, New York, and on Sundays at 7 p.m. on WVNJ AM 1160 from Teaneck, New Jersey. And today's program celebrates Scandinavian Midsummer, the official arrival of summer, when the sun never sets, wildflowers are in full bloom, and hearts are happy. So to start off this midsummer program, I have a tune called Fiol I Sommarsul by Kjell Krage, and Fiddles in the Summer Sunshine sure sounds good to me. Kjell Krage.
Sommaren har kommit tillbaka igen. Solen strör guld på oss två. Spela för mig på fiolen, min vän. Hela naturen hör på. Det är sommarsol i din fiol. Det är blom och bin i melodin. Över solig sommaräng sjunger fåglar din refräng. Alla blommor gångar takten till, och i skyn så högt de vill dansar vita moln i sommarsol, en dans till din fiol. Ekorrar stannar och lyssnar ett slag. En lägger huvudet på sned. Ögonen följer fiolstråkens drag. Kanske den vill sjunga med. Det är sommarsol i din fiol. Det är blom och bin i melodin. Över solig sommaräng sjunger fåglar din refräng. Alla blommor gungar takten till, och i skyn så högt de vill dansar vita moln i sommarsol, en dans till din fiol. La 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 alla blommor gungar takten till, och i skyn så högt de vill dansar vita moln i sommarsol, en dans till din fiol.
Kjell Krage, Fiol I Sommarsol. Not only are the fiddles out in the summer sunshine, but so, of course, are the accordions at many of the midsummer parties going on not only in Scandinavia, but right here in New York and New Jersey, and even in Södertuna. Here comes a tune called Sommar på Södertuna, Andre Walter Sylvestrand. Vem spelar gitarr, you ask? Götte Löfven spelar gitarr och Ricky Lööf basfiol. And of course that was Andre Walter and Sylve Strand playing accordion. Also, the nickel harpa will be out on Midsummer Eve. You can be sure of that. I have a very, very old tune here by Öst-Nora Folkton. It's called Midsummer Fröjd. Tack så mycket. That was Sven Nordin on the nickel harpa or the keyed fiddle with Midsummer Fröjd or Midsummer Happiness. And now to sing about some other midsummer happiness, and this tune has been done by many, many people, many, many groups. This version is by the popular group Sven Ingvars from Värmland, Sweden. The tune is called Nu är det sommar, Now it is summer.
Sommar, nu skiner sola, nu är det grönska och vackert väder. Ljumfaller regn och fukter jorda och vackra blommor ängarna klär. Nu är det sommar, nu staver grana, nu doftar hagen av liljekonvaljer. Och tulipaner växer bland blana, det är som grannlåt på finstramalj. Sing du ditt dardialej, sing du ditt dardialej, det är som grannlåt på finstramalj. Sing du ditt dardialej, sing du ditt dardialej, det är som grannlåt på finstramalj. Nu är det sommar och ut i dika, där finns det smultronblomster som gror. Och ut i Sjöga, där ner i Vika, där står en abborreluring och glor. Nu är det sommar, Ja, nu hörs klaveret, nu är det dans bort till grönskande lund. Och vackra fläckar, gå att spatsera i kvällningens stund. Hej! Sing du-di-da-di-alej, sing du-di-da-di-alej, gå att spatsera i kvällningens stund. Alltså sjunger vi allihop. Sing du-di-da-di-alej, sing du-di-da-di-alej, gå att spatsera i kvällningens stund. Sing du-di-da-di-alej, sing du-di-da-di-alej, gå att spatsera i kvällningens stund.
Tack ska ni ha, det var Sven Ingvars. Definitely no nickel harpa in that tune, but that was a lively version of Nu är det sommar, Now it is summer. You're listening to Scandinavian Echoes, and this is Jeanne Widman. And Scandinavian Echoes would love to know who's listening and where do you live. Drop me a card or a note and a musical request, and we'll play it on next week's show. Write to P.O. Box 0712, Baldwin, New York, 11510. Again, the address, P.O. Box 0712, Baldwin, New York, 11510. Or you can call or fax 516-868-7290. Again, 516-868-7290. And now let's hear from the sponsors that keep Scandinavian Echoes on the air.
Can't find lefse, jedust, lingonberries, fiskabulla, fish pudding, or a krumkag iron at your local supermarket? Of course not. But Nordic Delicacies of Bay Ridge, Brooklyn can ship these items and many more of your Scandinavian favorites to your home or your tante's home in Florida or anywhere in the USA. Stop by Nordic Delicacies at 69th Street and 3rd Avenue, Brooklyn, or call for a free brochure at 718-748-1874. Outside New York, toll-free 800-34-NORDIC. A piece of Norway in the heart of Brooklyn. That's Nordic Delicacies.
The Scandinavian Ski and Sport Shop in New York City wants you to know that besides great skis and ski equipment, they have a full line of other sporting goods such as tennis gear and roller skates. The Scandinavian Ski and Sport Shop is located at 40 West 57th Street in New York City. That's between 5th Avenue and Avenue of the Americas. Stop in and see the large selection on 3 floors of sporting paraphernalia. Or call at 212-757-8524 for more information. For all your sporting needs, visit the Scandinavian Ski and Sport Shop in New York City, right down the block from Carnegie Hall.
When you travel SAS round trip across the Atlantic to Scandinavia, you can see more of Sweden, Denmark, and Norway for less with the SAS Visit Scandinavia Fair. You can fly SAS from the majestic fjords of Norway to Copenhagen's Little Mermaid for $80 or less by buying from 1 to 6 coupons. Certain conditions apply, so see your travel agent or call SAS at 800-221-2350. SAS, the airline of Scandinavia.
For news about Sweden and Swedish America, read Nordstjernan, the weekly Swedish newspaper. Nordstjernan is a great way to advertise your product, organization, or coming event, or to find out about the latest Swedish news, or even to practice your Swedish. Nordstjernan reaches thousands of Swedes and Swedish Americans weekly. To receive an issue or ask about getting a subscription, call this easy toll-free number, 1-800-82-SWEDE. Don't forget to mention Scandinavian Echoes when you contact Nordstjernan. Thanks to our sponsors, and now let's get back to some Scandinavian midsummer music. In Sweden, they raised the midsummer pole, and in Norway, they have a bonfire on Midsummer Eve. And I'm looking at a beautiful picture of some dancers on a pier with a bonfire going, and it's Freddie Kristofferson's album. So here is Freddie with Sommar, Sommar, Sommar.
Sommer, 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 det dans I byens park. Sommer, 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 to små navn I treets bark. Jeg ville viske I ditt øre slike ord som du vil høre. Sommer, 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 da en mild og stille vind fingrer på ditt brune kinn. Sommer, blåe fjorder, hvite seil i vind og sol. Dufter, skjønne dufter fra syrin og blå fiol. Broder, glade broder, glem den sneen som falt i fjor. Søster, kjære søster, dans, vær glad for alt som gror. Sommer, 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 det er sol og himmel blå. Sommer, 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 da man sammen helst ville gå. Men så hastig den forsvinner, og tilbake står kun minner. Sommer, 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 som en drøm du blekner vårt, og er over alt for fort. Sommer, 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 det er sol og himmel blå. Sommer, 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 da man sammen helst ville gå. Men så hastig den forsvinner, og tilbake står kun minner. Sommer, 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 som en drøm blekner vårt, og er over alt for fort.
Tusen takk, Freddie Christofferson. Now, the Norwegians call Midsummer Santa Hans, and I have a tune here by the popular group Lindesnes Trekkspilsklubb from Norway, and the name of the tune is Sørlands Santa Hans.
Solgangsbris og trekkspilltoner i ei stille vik, som et ekko i det fjerne viltre mågeskrik. Sommerkveld, sommerkveld, sang og spill og dans. Sommerkveld, sommerkveld, Sørlands Sante Hans. Kaffe i kjelen over bålet leker romantikk. Vel og bra til alt forstyrres av små myggestikk. Sommerkveld, sommerkveld, sang og spill og dans. Sommerkveld, sommerkveld, Sørlands Sante Hans. Ramsaltsjø og vide strender kledd i sommerdrakt. Hytter, naust og lyse enger i sin skjønne prakt. Sommerkveld, sommerkveld, sang og spill og dans. Sommerkveld, sommerkveld, Sørlands Sante Hans. Sommerkveld, sommerkveld, sang og spill og dans. Sommerkveld, sommerkveld, Sørlands Sante Hans.
Sörland Sante Hans by the Lindesnes Treckspels Club. And I'm sure you were wondering what that sound in the background was. Besides an accordion, they also have a man that plays the saw. Somewhere in the province of Dalarna, Sweden, it's Midsummer Eve, and the people are gathering around. They are decorating the midsummer pole with all of the wildflowers from the woods, and they're making midsummer crowns with all these wildflowers as well. And the Rättvik Spelmanslag, they are tuning up their fiddles and getting ready to parade through the Hembygården with something like this. Järdebilåten. And now the midsummer pole has been raised, and everyone has had their sillapatatis, and of course the sun is still up and everybody's in a good mood, and someone gathers everyone to get around the midsummer pole, young and old, with their midsummer krans on their head, and now they're going to do some fun song dances around the maypole. And here we go!
Och så ska vi ha den där, ni vet, 7 vackra flickor. Är alla klara? Och 7 vackra flickor i en ring, 7 vackra flickor i en ring, vackraste flickor här omkring, gillande flickor alla. Sökandet efter vännen sin, gillande gossar alla. Vara vem det vara vill, vara vem det vara, den som jag räcker handen till, han har det lugna hjärta. Nu kan det vara riktigt bra, nu kan det vara riktigt bra. Och så räven, räven askar över isen, räven askar över isen. Får jag lov och sjunga flickornas visa. Så här jag flickorna var de går, och var de sitter och var de står. Får jag lov och sjunga flickornas visa. Rävarna ska över isen. Får jag lov att sjunga pojkarnas visa. Så här jag pojkarna var de går, de sitter och var de står. Får jag lov och sjunga pojkarnas visa. Och rävernas får jag lov och sjunga Grin-Olles visa. Så här gör Grin-Olle vad han går. Och var han sitter och var han står. Får jag lov och sjunga Grin-Olles visa. Och rävernas Skratt-Olles visa. Så här är Skratt-Olle var han går och var han sitter och var. Får jag lov och sjunga Skratt-Olles visa. Ja, så ska vi ta och skörda linet.
And then a little bit later on, when it's very late and things quiet down a bit, maybe one sole accordion player is left. And here is Roland Sirmark with Visa vid midsommartid. The Danish Club, located at 741 65th Street in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, wants to remind you that they are in full swing with music every Saturday, and the restaurant is open Wednesdays through Sundays, featuring Scandinavian and American cuisine, delicious home-cooked meals at affordable prices. Why not have that special birthday, anniversary, dance, or wedding at the Danish Club on 65th Street between 7th and 8th Avenue in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn? Call 718-745-9334. Again, the number, 718-745-9334. Stop in anytime at the Danish Club, Wednesdays through Sundays. And when you do, be sure to say hello to Raiden, the manager, and tell her that you heard about it right here on Scandinavian Echoes.
Finnair has the only daily non-stop service from New York to Helsinki and provides express connections to destinations throughout Scandinavia. So if you're planning a trip to Scandinavia, Finnair's got the connections to get you there fast. On the way, you'll enjoy true wide-body comfort and Finnair's award-winning service. For information or reservations, call your travel agent or Finnair at 1-800-950-5600 5000. That's 1-800-950-5000.
A longtime sponsor of Scandinavian Echoes, C.A. Hansen and Brothers Travel Bureau of Bay Ridge, Brooklyn invites you to stop in and see their new location at 7012 Fort Hamilton Parkway between 70th and 71st Street. For individual attention and the best prices for all your travel needs, stop in or call 718-833-6300. Again, that's 718-833-6300. Du kan snacka norsk med Wenche eller du kan tala svenska. Fråga för Britta. Call today and find out about spring and summer packages to your favorite Scandinavian city. Since 1897, C.A. Hansen Travel Bureau of Bay Ridge, Brooklyn has been speaking your language.
For news about Norway and Norwegian America, there's a great weekly newspaper called the Norway Times. They are always up to date with the latest news. Norway Times is a great media in which to advertise your company, product, club, or event, reaching thousands of Norwegians and Norwegian Americans across the USA. To get an issue or to ask about subscriptions, call the Norway Times at 718-238-1100 and tell them you heard about it right here on Scandinavian Echoes.
Thanks to our sponsors, the Danish Club Finnair, C.A. Hansen Travel, and Norway Times. This Sunday, June 25th, is Sweden Day, Swedish Midsummer in New York. And Scandinavian Echoes would like to offer heartiest congratulations to Ambassador Franklin Forsberg on being named Sweden Day's 1995 Man of the Year. Sweden Day will be held at Mannheim Club on the water. We'd like to say good luck to the Sweden Day Committee and to Mannheim Club on this new location, and may the only water seen not come from the sky. Recorded in the Hall of State, the Royal Palace, Stockholm, here is Gösta Winberg singing Till Havs by the Sea. Bravo, Till Havs, Gösta Winberg. At Sweden Day, special guest stars are Mäster Olafs Kören, a 30-member choir from Gamla Stan, Sweden. And they will be performing at the main program at 3 o'clock. And I'd like to give you a sample right now of Mäster Olafs Kören. First, here is Honung, sung by 4 of the ladies in the choir, led by Helene Blixt, followed by Scandinavian Shuffle, Mäster Olafs Kör.
Honung, zum, zum, dina kyssar är honung, zum, zum. Du är som en blomma, zum, zum. Och jag som ett bi, zum, zum. Och då blir du honung, zum, zum. Din röst är som honung, zum.
Mester Olaf's Kör from Gamla Stan, Sweden. Don't miss them at Sweden Day. And you can also see them Sunday, July 2nd at 11 a.m. at St. Bartholomew's Church in New York City, 50th Street and Park Avenue. Also on Sunday, July 2nd, they'll be at Solhem, the Swedish home, in Staten Island at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. And their final performance in New York City will be appropriately on the 4th of July, Tuesday, July 4th, at the Church of Sweden at 4 p.m. And then they go right from there direct to the airport and back home to Stockholm. Mester Olaf's Kör. Have a nice trip. Somebody else is also thinking of beautiful summer thoughts. Bertil Bo. Here he is singing Sköna sommartankar.
Vi går här och väntar på solsken och vår. Samma visa varje år. Vi tröttnar så fort upp på vinter och snö och längtar till sommaren med solsken och tö. Men snart är sommaren här igen. Det är väl härligt lilla vän. Och ljuva varma sommarvind ska smeka ömt vår kind. Vi badar och solar oss dagen lång och sedan efter solnedgång vi svänga på bryggan i sommardans i skenet från mångubbens glans. Till ingenting på jordens ring är som en dag vid Västerhav. Då blir man lätt i vännen kär när sommaren är här. Men tiden den svinnar och sommaren förgår. Samma visa varje år. Vi gillar ej kylan på vinter och höst och går här och väntar men har ju till tröst att snart är sommar här igen. Det är väl härligt lilla vän. Då ljuva varma sommarvind ska smeka ömt vår kind. Vi badar och solar oss dagen lång och sedan efter solnedgång vi svänga på bryggan i sommardans i skenet från mångubbens glans. Ty ingenting på jordens ring är som en dag vid Västerhav. Då blir man lätt i vännen kär när sommaren är här.
Tack så mycket, Bertil Bo. Now I have a CD in front of me with beautiful summer songs written by Alice Tegnér, and they are all sung by Alice Babs. Here she is with Midsummervisa.
Det dansar en fjäril för ögonen mina. Hit och dit, lätt och vit, se vingarna skina. Det är midsommardagen och solen står klar. Det dansar i skogen en fjäril så rar. På marken går myrorna ivriga många. Hit och dit, mycket nit på vägarna långa. Det är midsommardagen och solen står klar. Det dansar i skogen en fjäril så rar. Och människorna skyndar sig klunga vid klunga. Hit och dit, stök och flit, ikväll ska vi sjunga. Det är midsommardagen och solen står klar. Det dansar i skogen en fjäril så rar.
The 55th Annual Sweden Day Festival will be held on Sunday, June 25th at a new location, the Manhem Club, 658 Clarence Avenue in Throgsneck, the only Scandinavian beach club. Beginning with Elva Kaffe, there'll be lots of boutiques for shopping, real Swedish food, dancing around the Midsummer pole, folk dancing, folk music, the Miss Sweden Day contest, scholarships, dancing in the evening to Artie Carlson's band, special guests Mester Olafs Kören, a 30-member choir from Stockholm, and honoring the 1995 Sweden Day Man of the Year Ambassador Franklin Forsberg at the main program beginning at 3 p.m. Donation at the gate is $5 per person, children 14 and under free. There'll be children's activities and non-stop Swedish fun. Easy access by public transportation. The exit off I-95 is Lafayette Avenue, then drive down to the water to Clarence Avenue. Come to Sweden Day, Sunday, June 25th. For more information, call 516-868-7290. Again, the number 516-868-7290, or you can call direct to the Manhem Club, 718-822-8965. Again, Manhem Club, 718-822-8965. See you at Sweden Day, June 25th.
For terrific ski equipment and all types of sports clothing, check out the large and beautiful selection at the Scandinavian Ski and Sports Shop in Manhattan, located at 40 West 57th Street. Stop in or call at 212-757-8524 or the toll-free number out of New York State only, which is 1-800-SCAN-SKI. Ask for their free catalog. Whatever your favorite sport, Scandinavian Ski and Sports Shop has what you need. Stop in soon and tell Boo Valine that you heard about it right here on Scandinavian Echoes. That's the Scandinavian Ski and Sports Shop on 57th Street between 5th and 6th Avenues in New York City. A piece of Norway in the heart of Brooklyn. Treat yourself to a delicious home-cooked Scandinavian meal at the newly opened Nordic restaurant, located at 6925 3rd Avenue in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, just a few stores away from Nordic delicacies. Enjoy Norwegian meatballs, carbonata kage, lapskaus, fisker pudding, or the special of the day. Sip on a cocktail or an ice-cold Carlsberg beer, or stop in for a cup of coffee and rice cream dessert. Nordic Restaurant's hours are 11 a.m. until closing every day except Monday. Shop at Nordic Delicacies to take home some of your favorite Scandinavian items. Then relax for lunch or dinner at Nordic Restaurant. And when you do, be sure to mention that you heard about it right here on Scandinavian Echoes.
Thanks to our sponsors, Scandinavian Ski and Sports Shop in Manhattan and the Nordic Restaurant in Brooklyn, and to Sweden Day. By the way, if you'd like to win a trip to Sweden via SAS Scandinavian Airlines, that is one of the raffle prizes to be won at Sweden Day, and also one of the raffle prizes to be won courtesy of Boo Valine, Scandinavian Ski and Sports Shop, a $500 gift certificate to the Scandinavian Ski and Sports Shop. So come to Sweden Day. And if you're listening on WVNJ on Sunday evening, it's getting close to 8 o'clock, you can still run over to Manhem Club and catch the raffle, and definitely there is plenty of time left for some Moonlight Gammeldans. And now I have here in my hand a CD that I have been waiting for, and I wish my father were here to see this. This shiny new silver CD says Scandinavian Accordion Club of New York with the SAC logo that he designed. And I'd like to play you something right now from this newly released CD. Here is Lyckobringaren, which means bringing luck, and I certainly hope that this will bring some good luck with the weather on Sweden Day. Here is the Scandinavian Accordion Club of New York. Lyckobringaren by the Scandinavian Accordion Club of New York, arrangement by Walter Eriksson. Now I think we have time to squeeze in one more. Let's make it a hambo. Gnesta Kallis Kapell brings you Sommarstämning. Scandinavian Echoes sends happy birthday greetings to Don Knutson of Princeton, New Jersey, and to Beverly Malmbeck of Brooklyn. And happy graduation from high school day to Fritz Solberg of Rocky Point and to Ryan Johnson of Bayside, Queens. And a fond farewell to the 1994 Miss Sweden Day, Karen Kreitzer, as she crowns the new 1995 Miss Sweden Day this weekend. And thanks to my engineer, Randy, and thanks to you for listening. Tune in again next Saturday to Scandinavian Echoes at 1 p.m. on WTHE 1520 and on Sunday at 7 p.m. on WVNJ 1160. And please patronize our sponsors, as it is they who make this program possible. This is Jeanne Widman saying Glad Midsummer and Hej så länge!